Federal government awards housing vouchers to Pittsburgh, Kansas.
And after a foggy and chilly start to our Thursday, we are seeing more sunshine and warmer temperatures ahead of some rain chances. We're going to talk about that forecast coming up.
And the back and forth over the debt ceiling continues today as the clock ticks towards a looming deadline.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
A federal program is reaching out to local communities to reduce rural homelessness. This is KOAM News at noon. I'm Tanya Bach. Topping our first 7 minutes, the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development awarded housing vouchers to the city of Pittsburgh's Public Housing Authority. Pittsburgh's Housing Authority is one of 62 agencies chosen by HUD to receive 5 stability housing vouchers to reduce rural homelessness. And though the authority does not have the funding yet, the city is already making plans.
So this will be a significant impact for the community. It helps individuals or families that are facing homelessness, unsheltered homelessness. So it just gives the Pittsburgh Public Housing Authority another tool in our toolbox to help those that are in need.
The 5 stability vouchers are in addition to 15 emergency housing vouchers that the Housing Authority received in July of 2021. Well, this is the 6th year Friends of Fostering Hope of Southwest Missouri can flock a business or a house. Volunteers place plastic flamingos in your yard to show the support you're giving the organization. Fostering Hope of Southwest Missouri helps support and serve the local foster care community. Proceeds this year will go to around 25 graduating seniors in foster care. Well, it's not a bad day to get out in the yard today. Chris Warner joins us with the first look at the forecast.
Yeah, it's been a pretty decent day across the area. And of course, as we've mentioned, the drought tracker updates every Thursday. And we've had some great news. Take a look at this. We have seen the drought conditions scaled back significantly across southwest Missouri. And take a look, exceptional drought still there in southeast Kansas as well as extreme, but it also has been scaled back thanks to all the rain that we have seen lately. However, there is still extreme and exceptional drought on this map, and we still need more rain to make up for last year's dry, hot summer that we had that left us with these conditions. And there's good news. More rain is on the way. Right now, 7th and Range Line, take a look at those clouds. They look pretty nice out there. Enough clouds, but not enough to block the sun. Great view from the MoDOT camera at 20th and Range Line. Lots of people heading out for lunch, and got a pretty good view from the KDOT camera at 69 and 400. In fact, here comes the shadow from one of those overhead clouds racing by. Yesterday started at 58, made it up to 76. So for the first time in a while, relatively close to normal. And temperatures so far across the area, not too bad. Check out Nevada, Fort Scott, both at 78. 76s, Iola, Chanute, Neodesha, and Parsons. 75 Pittsburgh, 77 Joplin. We're sitting at 76 in Miami and Neosho. What we're keeping an eye on is the nice part. We got the sunshine and warmer weather for us today. Thunderstorm chances return as we head into our Friday, and then we've got an absolutely beautiful weekend ahead of us. We'll talk about all of that and tomorrow's rain chances in your full forecast here in just a few more minutes. Tanya?
All right, thanks, Chris. Negotiations continue today on a plan that would raise the debt ceiling, but still be able to pass both chambers of Congress. But a sticking point in the talks could be emerging. Nicole D'Antonio has more details from Capitol Hill.
House Speaker Kevin McCarthy says negotiations over the debt ceiling are progressing.
We got to get it done, so we're going to work until we can get it done.
But House Republicans insist on including stricter work requirements for Medicaid and food stamp recipients.
It's not right to take your tax dollars and pay somebody to stay at home. We got jobs opening. So if that's one of the things he's calling out, no deal.
But many Democrats say the Republican plan goes too far.
They have blown up the deficit time and time and time again, and now what they want to do is cut programs for ordinary people to fund bigger tax cuts for the rich. It's abominable.
Prior to leaving for Japan, President Biden hinted that he may be open to some changes.
I voted years ago for the work requirements that exist, but it's possible there could be a few others, but not anything of any consequence.
Some Senate Democrats are drafting a letter to President Biden asking him to cut off the negotiations and just pay the debt without congressional approval. The letter says, "We write to urgently request that you prepare to exercise your authority under the 14th Amendment of the Constitution, which clearly states the validity of the public debt of the United States shall not be questioned."
Mandates
that the United States pays their bills. There's nothing in there about a debt ceiling. There's nothing in there about anything else. It just says pay your bills.
Biden has said he's considering the 14th Amendment, but says it wouldn't help the current debt crisis. Nicole D'Antonio, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
President Biden also acknowledged that invoking the 14th Amendment would trigger a massive legal fight and could do some economic harm as well. Well, the hugely popular social media app TikTok, whose parent company is based in China, has been the target of lawmakers over privacy and data concerns, and now the state of Montana is taking steps to ban the app. Republican Governor Greg Gianforte signed a bill outlining TikTok's use in his state. It is the first state to take such a drastic step. The surge in demand for passports is causing major delays at processing centers. A standard passport renewal can now take up to 13 weeks. Even expedited services taking up to 9 weeks. Chris Van Cleve shows us how the backlogs are causing travel anxiety.
UNC sophomore Kylie Parker thought she was ahead of the game, applying for a new expedited passport months in advance of her summer study abroad program.
It's just been a mess ever since. I spent 8 hours a day on the phone with the passport line the other day. We're getting no calls through, no calls back, and I'm just very scared of missing my study abroad travel.
She's supposed to leave North Carolina Sunday for Portugal and Italy, but still no passport. It's caught up in a growing backlog of applications that now has her trip in jeopardy.
They said the only in-person appointments would be that day in New Hampshire, the next morning at 10 a.m. in Minneapolis, or the day I'm supposed to leave for Europe in Seattle, Washington.
Current wait times are as long as 13 weeks. That's more than 3 months.
It needs to be the original only.
It's prompting long lines at passport offices across the country ahead of what's expected to be a record-breaking summer travel season.
They said the only other option was to go to another location, which is in LA. So I'm not going to go to LA.
The State Department issued nearly 22 million passports last year, a record high. Current demand is up at least 30% as 500,000 applications a week keep rolling in. Despite an increase in funding and more staff, wait times continue to grow.
We're really digging in on this. We were authorizing overtime. We've opened satellite offices.
Airline industry analyst Henry Hartevelt.
It's not just alarming, it's embarrassing. I know people have been waiting 3-4 months to get their passports fulfilled.
I haven't really been sleeping. I've been waking up nauseous. I'm so nervous.
Parker's just hoping this passport problem doesn't postpone her summer semester in Europe. Chris Van Cleve, CBS News, Los Angeles.
That's a look at today's top stories and weather in our first 7 minutes. Up next on KOAM News at noon, we meet a speedy traveler who visited all 7 wonders and set a Guinness record while doing it. And later, we're making stuffed chicken muffins in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. Well, here's a little bucket list inspiration for you. A British traveler has set a new world record by visiting all 7 wonders of the world in less than 7 days. CBS's Tina Kraus is in London with more on the whirlwind adventure.
I've got to hit the road.
When Jamie MacDonald said goodbye to his family in England,
and I'm going to bring you something back really special.
He knew he'd be gone for less than a week.
This challenge for me made me the most nervous because there was 43 pieces of transportation that needed to go right.
His mission? To see the 7 wonders of the world in less than 7 days.
Come on, we're doing it.
Starting with the Great Wall of China.
I actually feel quite emotional.
Then the breathtaking Taj Mahal in India.
I don't think I've ever seen anything as beautiful as that as a building goes. Oh, wow.
And the ancient city of Petra in Jordan.
3 out of 7 wonders.
But there was little time to revel in the moment. MacDonald had another plane to catch.
18F again.
He took 13 flights in all, 16 taxis, 9 buses, 4 trains.
Here we go.
And a toboggan as he ticked off a bucket list of world landmarks.
Can you actually believe people used to fight to the death down there? It just blows my mind.
With every wonder he witnessed, the Globetrotter, known as Adventure Man, raised money for his superhero foundation helping kids with disabilities.
We've done it, Jamie.
We've done it?
And on the final lap at Chichen Itza in Mexico, he set a world record. Just in time to fly home for more adventure. Tina Kraus, CBS News, London.
I think she likes the gift he got him. In the end, the trip took 6 days, 16 hours, and 14 minutes. The 37-year-old says he only slept about 12 hours over the 7 days, but with a toddler at home and newborn twins as well, he says sleep isn't something he's used to anyway. Still to come on the KOAM News at Noon, Mr. Food.
If you love foods that are stuffed, join us as we share a dish that'll leave you stuffed and satisfied. I promise, it will.
But first, after a beautiful Thursday for us, we are tracking thunderstorm chances heading into our Friday. We'll take a look at the Friday forecast and the weekend when we come back. Welcome back to the KOAM News at Noon. So we've had an absolutely beautiful day for us, even though we started out a little bit on the chilly side, a little bit on the foggy side this morning. Skies have cleared. We've got the partly cloudy skies. We knew that was going to happen, but otherwise gorgeous weather out there. But we have those thunderstorm chances moving into the area as we head into our Friday. So let's take a look down the road at what kind of thunderstorm chances we are looking at as we head into our Friday. So we go through tonight. Clouds are going to begin to increase this evening ahead of the storms. And then as we head to about 5 a.m. tomorrow, look out in our western counties. Here come those showers and thunderstorms, and as the morning progresses, they will continue to progress across the area, and we will eventually be just overspread by more much-needed showers and thunderstorms. We showed you the drought tracker earlier, and the rain that we've had has made improvements. We still have a long way to go, and this is certainly going to help out. Now, as we head into the afternoon, there's the possibility of a stray strong thunderstorm or two, so we're talking some small hail, gusty winds, but overall, that risk is low. We're just looking at good old-fashioned thunderstorms with some much-needed rainfall across the area. And as we head into the evening, this rain system will start to move out rather quickly. It'll stay with us the majority of the day, but once it's done, it starts to haul. So back behind it, take a look. Not a significant cloud line. So for those of us in southeast Kansas, say Yates Center, Fredonia, Chanute, if you get a little more sunshine, you're probably going to get just a pinch warmer than the rest of us do as we go through our Friday. After that, we are clear for the weekend and for a couple of days after. Rain chances start in the morning. They really ramp up through the late morning and afternoon. And then this is what I'm talking about. Once we get to the evening, look at this steep drop in rain chances. This system does exit pretty quickly. Right now, 7th and Range Line, our camera there. Look at these clouds. This is a textbook spring photo. So you should probably take one if you take nice photos of landscapes, things like that. MoDOT camera, 20th and Range Line, a little shadow here from one of those clouds, but sunshine a little further to the north. And from the KDOT camera at 69 and 400, we're looking pretty good as well out there, but again, caught under the shadow of one of those clouds. So where are we sitting temperature-wise? We're not sitting too bad. We're at 77 in Joplin, a little bit on the muggy side, so we do have a heat index of about 79. Got a south breeze at 3. And as we take a look at conditions in Pittsburgh, we're sitting at 75, and no heat index right now. Still feels like 75 with calm winds. Temperatures around the rest of the area: 78 Fort Scott, 76 Chanute, Parsons, and Miami, as well as Neosho. We're sitting at 77 Carthage, Lamar, and 78 in Nevada. Still looking at highs right around 78, near 80 degrees for us today. While those partly to mostly cloudy skies out there, clouds will continue to increase as we head into the evening hours, and we've got a pretty mild evening initially, so not bad. But we do eventually drop back down to right around 60 for our low. Heading into tomorrow, this is the flattest I've ever seen this line. Temperatures are just going to hover right around the mid to upper 60s for the most part as we just stay under the clouds and the rain chances throughout the day. So let's take a quick look at what happens after that. So we get those thunderstorm chances. Saturday, still a little on the cool side, talking about 70 degrees, partly cloudy. Partly cloudy skies on Sunday, but a little bit warmer, making it upwards of 75. And then check out next week. We kick off the work week dry, partly cloudy, temperatures rising into the lower to mid 80s. And by the time we hit Wednesday, we are taking a look at some additional shower and thunderstorm chances. So more much needed rainfall out there. So one thing we've had with some of this past rainfall, as helpful as it was to the drought, we also had some severe weather. So at least this particular round tomorrow, not looking to be severe, and that's what we like. We don't need the severe weather, we just need that rain, and we're certainly going to get some more.
Well, we do need it, that's for sure, but it's nice to get that stretch so you can get the yard work done.
Yeah, this
after it
weekend,
rains.
great weekend to catch up on the yard work, as I know some folks, especially my lawn, definitely needs a mowing right about now.
Mine does too, and my neighbor just mowed yesterday, so it makes mine look even worse.
I love when that happens.
All right, thanks, Chris. Well, stick around. We're making stuffed chicken muffins after the break. What happens when you take a stuffed chicken recipe and you combine it with a muffin tin recipe? Well, today Howard shows us with his stuffed chicken muffins in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
I don't know about you, but personally, I love anything that's stuffed. When I go out, there's a pretty good chance that I'll order the stuffed pork chop or chicken breast. And in a bakery, you can bet that I'll always go for a stuffed cupcake or a turnover bursting with apples. So today, I want to share another stuffed favorite that I know you're going to love. We begin by mixing some ricotta cheese with shredded mozzarella, a bit of grated Parmesan, and a few seasonings. Now, we dollop this onto the center of 6 chicken breasts that we flattened and sprinkled with salt and pepper. Then, we sort of roll them up. You want to make sure the chicken surrounds the filling so that it doesn't ooze out while it bakes. We'll sprinkle the tops of these with some panko breadcrumbs that we mix with a bit of paprika. Then into the oven they go. What we end up with is a bundle of slow roasted chicken that's brimming with a rich and cheesy Italian filling. Serve it up with some pasta and sauce for the ultimate feast. To get the recipe for our stuffed chicken muffins, all you have to do is visit our website. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found an Italian stuffed way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
Fun way to make chicken. You can find this recipe along with a lot more good food from the Mr. Food Test Kitchen online. Just go to our website at KOAMnewsnow.com. Now here's a look at our 4 state market prices.
Got our beautiful day today, highs pushing close to 80, cooler tomorrow, upper 60s, thunderstorms for the majority of our day. Absolutely gorgeous weekend. We've got the Joplin Memorial Run, we've got the 4 State Farm Show going on. Sunday looks great, Monday, Tuesday look great, and then we've got those additional storm chances as we head toward the end of next week and temperatures warming back into the lower to mid 80s.
Wow, sounds nice, huh?
Yep.
Looking forward to the weekend.
It's almost summertime. All right, what do we have coming up tonight at 5?
Well, a lot of 5 for starters. With the warmer temps comes sunshine, but despite its ample availability, a lot of people suffer from vitamin D deficiency. And Health Watch, how to extend your life by adding vitamin D into your lifestyle. Plus, flooding closes the trails at Wildcat Glades. We're going to get a bird's eye view. And we meet a new group coming to Southeast Kansas designed to bring cash to nonprofit organizations. Hope you'll join us for those stories. A lot more, of course. It's coming up today on KOAM News at 5.
All right. Thank you, Dow. Thanks for joining us for KOAM News at noon. We want to say hello to the students from Soaring Heights.
Yeah, a whole lot of them. We packed them into the studio here.
We did our best. We'll see you back here at 5 o'clock.